in the icebox until solidified until basically the next morning. Do not microwave your pork pie, simply let it come to room temperature before serving with mustard and crushing.
Now take those slices and lay them flat on a parchment paper and then brush over it with the egg wash.
The 1940s were a time of unique and unforgettable party foods that defined gatherings of the era. From potato and hot dog salad to cheese, potato, and onion pie, these dishes were once staples of every menu. But what happened to these nostalgic flavors? Join us as we explore 15 memorable party food favorites from the 1940s we've abandoned over the years. Potato and hot dog salad became a beloved dish in the mid-20th century, especially at picnics and family gatherings. It brought together two American staples, potatoes and hot dogs. The recipe usually involved boiled potatoes, diced hot dogs, and chopped vegetables like celery and onions. These ingredients were mixed with a tangy dressing made from mayonnaise or mustard, creating a creamy texture and bold flavor. Easy to make and budget-friendly, it was a practical choice during the wartime period when food rationing was common. The hot dogs added a savory, meaty taste, while the potatoes provided a hearty foundation. This filling dish was enjoyed as either a main course or a side, making it versatile and satisfying. Could a simple dessert like Plum Charlotte bring comfort during tough times? Let's explore how it became a wartime favorite. But before that, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And then pop into the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes until crisp and golden brown. And then serve with some creme fraiche or Greek yogurt.
Plum Charlotte was a beloved dessert during the challenging wartime period, known for its simplicity and resourcefulness. This sweet dish made excellent use of old or leftover bread combined with fruit like plums or apples. This recipe involved layering breadcrumbs or slices with stewed fruit, then baking it until golden and bubbly. It was served with custard or cream, adding a comforting richness to the tart and sweet flavors. Families appreciated its practicality as it helped reduce waste by transforming stale bread and overripe fruit into a delicious dessert. The tartness of the plums paired beautifully with the sweetened bread, making it an economical yet flavorful treat when food supplies were limited due to rationing. Plum Charlotte was a wartime favorite, turning simple ingredients into comfort. What other inventive dishes made the most of limited supplies? Let's explore jellied chicken next.
Jellied meat is served cold. It goes well with hot side dishes, especially mashed potatoes.
Jellied chicken was a unique dish popular during the 1940s, frequently served at parties and special gatherings. To prepare it, chicken was boiled until tender. The meat was finely chopped and then mixed with a gelatin-based broth seasoned with salt and pepper. This mixture was poured into molds to set, creating a firm jelly-like dish. It was a practical recipe, allowing cooks to use every part of the chicken and reduce waste during a time when conserving food was critical. Garnishes like fresh herbs and vegetables added a pop of color, enhancing its presentation. While practical and visually appealing, the dish's texture and jelly-like appearance might feel unusual compared to more contemporary culinary preferences. Jellied chicken may have been unique, but what about rock cakes? Let's explore why they became a wartime favorite.
We have to let them cool down. Then once they cool down, we can taste them, okay?
Rock cakes, also called rock buns, became a popular treat during World War II due to their simplicity and practicality. These small, rough-textured cakes required fewer eggs and less sugar than traditional cakes, making them suitable for rationing periods. The basic ingredients included flour, butter or margarine, sugar, dried fruit such as currants or raisins, and a small amount of milk. Preparing them involved mixing the dry ingredients until they resembled breadcrumbs, then combining them with the wet ingredients to make a stiff dough. The dough was placed onto a baking tray in uneven heaps, creating their signature rocky look. Despite their humble ingredients, rock cakes were delicious and brought comfort during challenging times. Rock cakes were a simple yet comforting treat during tough times. But what about a dish that brought elegance to gatherings? Let's explore the parsnip, pear, and pecan salad next.
Some toasted pecans and some mint. As you can see, this is such a gorgeous salad.
Parsnip, pear, and pecan salad was a popular dish served at parties and special gatherings in the 1940s. This unique recipe combined shredded parsnips, offering a slightly sweet and earthy flavor, with juicy pears and crunchy pecans. The combination created a mix of textures and flavors that was both refreshing and satisfying. A light vinaigrette dressing complemented the ingredients by enhancing the sweetness of the pears and the nuttiness of the pecans. Parsnips, being an affordable and readily available root vegetable, made the salad a practical choice for households during this period. The pears added a touch of elegance, while the pecans contributed a rich, buttery crunch, making it a memorable dish for special occasions. Could this simple yet delightful salad inspire the next dessert? Let's explore Victory Chocolate Cake.
Slice and it's ready to enjoy.
Victory Chocolate Cake became a favorite dessert during World War II because it was easy to make with limited ingredients. Sugar and butter were rationed, so the recipe used alternatives like corn syrup and vegetable shortening to save these valuable items. The cake relied on cocoa powder, which was more available than chocolate bars, to create a rich and satisfying flavor. Despite its simplicity, it had a moist and delicious texture that brought joy during challenging times. A light frosting made with powdered sugar and milk added just the right touch of sweetness. This creative dessert allowed families to enjoy a treat without depleting their ration supplies, making it a treasured part of 1940s kitchens. Victory Chocolate Cake provided a sweet escape during tough times. But what about savory wartime meals? Let's explore Walton Pie next.
But very nice actually, very pleasant taste. So what does it taste like with the vegetables? I have to be careful here.
Walton Pie became a popular dish during World War II when food rationing was strict and resources were limited. It was named after Lord Walton, the British Minister of Food, and designed to make the most of available ingredients. The recipe included an assortment of vegetables such as potatoes, carrots, cauliflower, and turnips, which were diced and cooked together. To add texture and flavor, rolled oats and spring onions were mixed in. The pie was topped with a crust made from wholemeal flour and mashed potatoes, making it both nutritious and filling. While many appreciated its practicality, some disliked the absence of meat, feeling the vegetable filling was an unsatisfactory substitute for traditional pies during difficult times. The Walton Pie was a wartime necessity, but what about snacks? Let's explore the comforting cheese whirls next. Cheese whirls became a popular snack during the 1940s, when needing simple, accessible recipes was essential. Made with flour, margarine, and cheese, these treats offered a practical way to create something delicious using pantry staples. The dough was rolled out, sprinkled with grated cheese, and then rolled up like a Swiss roll before being sliced into rounds. These slices were baked until golden and crispy, resulting in a flavorful snack. Leftover cheese was put to good use, and adding mustard powder or a thin spread of Marmite enhanced the taste. Easy to prepare and packed with flavor, cheese whirls provided a comforting and economical option during a time of limited resources and creativity in cooking. Could creative baking ideas like these inspire a sweet dessert next? Let's explore Gold Nugget Cake. Gold Nugget Cake became a beloved dessert during World War II when people needed creative ways to bake with fewer ingredients. The cake was made with mashed bananas, which replaced some of the sugar and fat that were scarce. The result was a moist and flavorful treat with a texture similar to banana bread. The recipe called for basic ingredients like flour, sugar, eggs, and mashed bananas, with a small amount of baking soda and baking powder to make it rise. A light frosting made from mashed bananas and lemon juice added a tangy flavor. Vanilla extract was sometimes included to enhance the taste, making it a simple yet delicious choice for the era. The Gold Nugget cake was a creative dessert during rationing. What about the hearty, affordable meals people turned to next? Let's explore the liver loaf.
No, not the lobster beers. Oh, you don't want to go in the liver loaf, Ranger? No! Okay, I won't put you in there then.
Liver loaf became a popular dish during World War II due to food rationing and its affordability compared to other meals. Made primarily with liver, it provides an economical and nutritious option. The recipe usually involved grinding liver and mixing it with breadcrumbs, onions, and seasonings. Pork or beef were sometimes added to improve the taste. Preparing the dish was simple. The ingredients were mixed, shaped into a loaf, and baked until firm. It was served with vegetables or mashed potatoes, creating a filling and wholesome meal. Packed with nutrients like iron and protein, liver loaf played an important role in maintaining health during a challenging time when nutritious food options were limited. Liver loaf provided a nutritious solution during wartime. But what about other comfort dishes like pies? Let's explore the cheese, potato, and onion pie next. Cheese, potato, and onion pie was a popular dish during the 1940s. It was made with simple, easy-to-find ingredients like potatoes, onions, and cheese. The potatoes and onions were sliced thinly and layered with grated cheese to create a tasty filling. The pie was then baked until the top was golden and crispy. This dish became so loved because it was practical. Potatoes and onions were basic foods that could be stored for a long time, making them perfect during times of shortage. Cheese added flavor and some protein, making the pie more filling. It was typically served as the main dish, providing a satisfying meal for families. Cheese, potato, and onion pie provided comfort during shortages. But what other sweet treats helped families cope? Let's explore molasses cookies next.
This easy-to-make little cookie is going to be your new holiday favorite that you want to bake all year round.
Molasses cookies were a popular treat during World War II when sugar was hard to get due to rationing. Instead of sugar, these cookies used molasses, which was more available. The recipe usually included flour, molasses, brown sugar, shortening, and spices like ginger and cinnamon. The dough was mixed, shaped into small balls, and baked until the cookies became soft and chewy. The main reason people loved these cookies was their rich, spicy taste and moist texture. They were easy to make with ingredients that most families already had at home. Molasses cookies made a great snack and were enjoyed with a glass of milk or tea, offering comfort during tough times. Molasses cookies were a favorite treat during tough times, but what other delicious snacks helped people get through World War II? Let's explore corn fritters next. Corn fritters were a popular snack during World War II when food supplies and ingredients were short. Made with simple ingredients like corn, flour, eggs, and milk, the batter was mixed and then fried until golden and crispy on the outside, while staying soft and sweet on the inside. Sometimes a little sugar or honey was added to make them even sweeter. These fritters were loved for their versatility, as they could be served as a side dish, a snack, or even a dessert with syrup or powdered sugar on top. The ingredients were easy to find and affordable, making them a practical option for many families looking for simple yet tasty meals. Corn fritters became a favorite comfort food during tough times. Corn fritters were a comforting treat during food shortages. But what about desserts that were made without eggs? Let's explore the unique vinegar cake. Vinegar cake was a popular dessert, especially during World War II when food rationing made ingredients like eggs hard to get. This cake was special because it didn't need eggs. Instead, vinegar and baking soda were used to make the cake rise, giving it a light and fluffy texture. The recipe included simple ingredients like flour, sugar, margarine, milk, and vinegar. To make the cake, the dry ingredients were mixed first, followed by the wet ingredients, including the vinegar. The batter was then poured into a baking pan and baked until golden brown. Despite being a simple recipe, vinegar cake was surprisingly moist and tasty, and it was sometimes made even more delicious with chocolate chips or dried fruit. Vinegar cake was a delightful dessert, but what about savory snacks? Let's explore the next treat: cheese and olive canapes. Cheese and olive canapes were a popular snack at parties and special occasions. These tasty treats were easy to prepare and very flavorful. The recipe called for slicing a baguette into rounds and spreading each piece with a thick layer of cream cheese. Thinly sliced green olives were placed on top, giving them a tangy and salty flavor that balanced well with the smooth cream cheese. To add extra taste, finely chopped chives were sprinkled on top, offering a fresh onion-like kick. A pinch of salt and pepper helped bring everything together. These canapes were not only delicious, but also looked great on a serving tray, making them a favorite at elegant gatherings and celebrations. As we've seen, these 15 party food favorites from the 1940s truly defined an era of unique flavors and creativity. Which one would you love to see make a comeback? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more nostalgic food adventures.